TV. So it's so fun to watch. So yeah.
I have great news for those of you that don't know. Over the past year plus, I've been involved in an ongoing legal case, and as of today, we've got dismissed and we're on track for getting everything expunged. I just want to say thank you for everyone that's supported me and loved on me over the past year plus. It's been overwhelming, especially in the bar comp this weekend. Just felt the love from all you guys, and it's just greatly appreciated.
Lynette.
Lynette!
I just want to say thank you to all of you guys, especially Apex, for stepping up while I have been out, recovering from a knee replacement. You guys have been killing it and doing a great job, so thank you everybody. And Fuquay coaches that went over to Apex to help cover. Anything else? Jacob?
I want to shout out Mom Carden. She kind of caught me in a bad spot, and I was far behind work. She caught me and she corrected it, and then made sure I didn't do it again. And she's kind of been on me about it for the past week. But without her, a lot of things would probably have not been done, and they would have fell through the cracks. So I want to say thank you, Mama, for catching all the stuff.
Woo! Okay. Kendo, we're going back.
Speaking of Mama Carden, did anybody saw the emails about the leadership retreat? I know some of you are not going, most of you are not going on, but she's done an amazing job of getting it all together and coordinating it, and I'm looking forward to eating. Looks like the menu is amazing. I'm not going to make my weight goal, but that's going to be fine. So, thank you.
Yeah!
All right. Welcome, Bowen. Is he here? Sorry, I'm not ready yet. Okay. Byler. Ryler. Do you want to tell us about yourself and just where you're working, what you're going to be doing?
Sure. So I'm working at the Apex location right now. I'm mainly doing weekends. A little about myself. Homeschooled, senior, competitive gymnast. Thought this was a really cool opportunity.
Woohoo!
BRY.
Oh, not messed up again. And Carmen, is she coming?
Potentially gonna be later, so I guess during game time or that she might be showing up.
Do you want to talk about her, let people know what she'll be doing? Or?
I don't really know her her bio. All I know is we looked into hiring her for a weekend. She seems to fit in. I know.
She's really sweet.
Yeah, I know a lot of the Cardins know them.
I would say she did gymnastics with Ash for years.
So she has a good track record through a lot of people and through the grapevine of Rock Solid. She shadowed this past weekend, and she smashed it. She has a really good knack for it. So hopefully all goes well with that.
I'm so sad she's going to be a few places next.
All right.
Do you someone want to say something about Bowen?
Bowen is 16. He's a weekend hire in Apex as well. He's just going to mainly be coaching right now, but he's doing a great job. He's worked 2 weekends so far, and he's doing really good and learning a lot. So.
Okay, so refunds and account credits. Hannah and I worked over a policy for it. We're not going to go over that this team meeting, but for right now, just to dial things back, who's allowed to give refunds and account credits moving forward after tonight? It's going to be myself, Hannah, Jamie, Lynette. Lynette will be allowed to do it on day camp things. And then Caleb, and then there are our emails. If you will just give the person our email, if it's for Apex or Fuquay, and just let them know hey, I'll give their email, or here's their email, you can reach out to them, or get their information and hand it off to us. Just for accountability purposes right now. You guys have any questions? Hannah?
If you can just have, give them our email addresses so that if they really want it, they can reach out to us versus us trying to track them down to get their information.
That's a good idea.
Thank you.
So is that, so for instance, tonight, there was a situation where dad was changing a past plan possibly, an account credit was given to him. Is there anything like that, any kind of account credit or whatever, just give them your,
For right now.
okay,
Yeah.
great,
Hannah and I have some things in the works for Megan, Tracy, Diane Blank, Megan, Tracy, Jacob, Silas, Josh, Jesh? Yeah, I think that's
It'll be
it.
a whole new.
Sorry, there's like a list of people that the things are in the works. So yes, just right now for accountability purposes. No one did anything wrong. Just for this. Hannah.
Okay. Tiny thing that goes with that with the information, just if you leave a note at the desk, just make sure that you are sending a text message or calling someone. If there's a message for somebody, just to make sure that they actually get that information. If it's for you, great. If you're done with it, throw it in the trash or take it home with you. But the biggest thing is if you're writing notes of so-and-so wants to be signed up for this day, just make sure it actually gets to somebody. Any questions on that? Really simple.
If it's pre-care, so say it's like Monday night and say like Billy wants to be signed up for pre-care Tuesday morning, please like let the person know Tuesday morning that, or like let myself or Hannah know so that we can let the Tuesday person know that is coming in for pre-care that they need to be here, because that has happened before, so yeah.
Okay, so we have been able to, is it just that one?
Yeah.
Be able to bulk enroll kids, and that has saved us a lot of time and has been so nice for all the parents not having to enroll in every single class if they want to come every Tuesday. With that, if somebody cancels their membership, you want to also make sure to cancel their bulk enrollment so that we don't save a spot for a kid who's not coming. And so somebody else can have that. So if they wish to cancel their membership, go ahead and do so, and then make sure to cancel them from all future classes. How you do that is you go to their account, on their dashboard, look at upcoming schedule, click their soonest upcoming class. Then you're going to click the gear button, remove whoever the name is from the roster. And then you're going to click remove this and all future instances so that any bulk enrollments in the future will be unenrolled. And then if they're there with you, you can send them a notification. It's just, it won't send them like 50, so it's just one, and that's totally fine. And then you push finish, and then all their bulk enrollments are canceled. Any questions on that? And all these slides, if you need a refresher on it, will be in the video. Okay, thank you guys.
Okay, multiple choice quiz. Enabling each other in servant leadership, we all say it. Who does it apply to?
D.
E.
Fire.
They said. All of the above, right? And so not coming down anybody specifically, but if you are one of these people, it applies to you because you're on that list, right? So anyway, just want to make sure that, we do a great job. In fact, you do a great job of enabling people like Hannah and Jen in servant leadership because they're always scrambling when you do something that you're not supposed to do, right? Which is not the idea here, right? What we really want to make sure is that it applies to everybody and you're thinking about that. So, for example, which of these thoughts or phrases are consistent with these values? Everybody think H is the right answer?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so absolutely remember that. And you know, we've overheard some people saying these kind of things. You might have heard yourself saying those things or just thinking those things. And sometimes you think those things, but you don't say it. You say something else, like, excuse me, I gotta go to the bathroom, or whatever else it might be, right? And we're humans, right? We all, is there anybody who ever is asked to do something they don't want to do? Just me? Yeah, a few other people, right? It happens, right? And it's kind of life, right? So just want to make sure that's we're reminding of this. We're reminded of these things because it's happened too many times, especially this summer, that we're just seeing people who are just kind of like getting so comfortable with the fact that we're so accommodating that we're maybe accommodating too much, and we don't want to do that. Right, because that's not encouraging you the right ways. So, for example, this summer season, we didn't hit our ops targets. There's a lot of different reasons we may not have hit our, that's open gyms, parties, special events, right? But we've had several times, we've had lack of staff for bigger or more events. We've had people giving short notice and saying, okay, I can't make it this Saturday. Often because they just had some fun thing they wanted to do rather than like, you know, you're dying in the hospital, that's a valid excuse, right? Sometimes we have people just, oh, well, we need an extra party host, for example, and there's no party host available. Or people who've been asked, maybe, hey, would you like to learn how to be a party host? I'm not sure if I want to do that. Guess why? We need party hosts. That's why we're being asked, right? And sometimes some people who like work middle of the week, oh, I don't work weekends. Maybe there would be a weekend where you could offer a few hours here or there, especially when those kind of announcements might come out and say, hey, we really could use some more people this coming weekend. You know, just think about that, right? Because a lot of people, I bet you everybody in this room who's worked here more than a week or two has had somebody cover for them at some point in time. Right? You want to be that person covering for other people too, right? So, yeah. So just a reminder, you know, we try to put the schedule together. I shouldn't say we. Hannah and Jen and a few others who get involved try to put this schedule together 2 weeks in advance. Preferably, some of them we need to know like more than that in advance when we have a big event coming up. So when that is put together and you've not told people I can't be there or I don't want to be there or whatever it is, I mean, you still got to give 2 weeks notice. And if you don't give 2 weeks notice, just because they've bent over backwards at times to help you out, realize that's not really enabling. You're not doing the servant leadership, right? Servant leadership would be, hey, if I really can't make it, I'm going to try to get somebody to cover for me. I'm not going to put it all on Jen or Hannah or Megan or Jacob or whoever. So, yeah, it's hard. So don't make it harder. We should make it easier. We should be able to say, hey, if you need some extra help, let me know. Even if you're not, it's not normal, right? You can make clear the difference between I can't and your preference. A lot of people I know you have these days where, hey, I can't work on Wednesdays or whatever it might be. Sometimes it's like, I prefer not to work on Wednesdays. And if you could just even make that clear, it's like, I prefer not to, but if you're in a bind, I can do it, right? Make that clear. You may not always get your preference too. Just say, I'd rather not work on Wednesdays. Like, guess what? If you need some help on Wednesdays, we're going to ask you to work on Wednesdays, right? And this is called life, right? All of these people. Once you get out of school, you find out that like, oh, it's not just, here's the schedule I show up at. You know, there's things that come up and we need your help. So if you're asked to do something that's not your preference, do it. If you're not asked to do something but you see the need, offer your help, right? And be the person who makes themselves available. So when you really need time off, people are covering for you, right? When it really happens. There's a great book called So Good They Can't Ignore You, Why Skills Trump Passion in the Quest for Work You Love. Most people, I'm sure you've all heard this. Oh, if you're working at something you love, you'll never work a day in your life. You've heard something like that? But the reality is, in order to get something you love, you need to work at it, right? And if anybody's interested in that book, you'll find all these stories about people who they thought their passion was this when they were teenager or early 20s, but they found themselves in a position they decided just to pour themselves into that opportunity, and all of a sudden their passions changed and their skills changed and their advancement changed and all that kind of stuff. And that's just a really good thing to think about, right? And if you really want to think about it, the ultimate servant leader has a bunch of things to say. I'm using the Message, which is not usually the version of the Bible that I use, but it's a lot more clear for those who aren't maybe familiar with some of the more ancient language, right? Servants, respectfully obey your earthly masters, but always with an eye to obeying the real master, Christ. Don't just do it because you have to get by, but work heartily as Christ's servants doing what God wants you to do. A friend of mine pointed out one time, says, it's really hard to excel when you're shooting for the minimum, right? And if you think about anybody you admire who's great at whatever they're doing, they didn't get there by shooting for the minimum and just happened to show up one day and everything just turned out that way, right? But it says, and I'm going to continue there. Work with a smile on your face, always keeping in mind that no matter who happens to be giving the orders, you're really serving God. Good work will get you good pay from the master, regardless of whether you're a slave or free. Thankfully, none of us here are slaves, right? But the whole point of whether you're the owner or whether you're the person who just got hired last week, right? It all matters. And Colossians says a very similar thing. Servants, do what you're told by your earthly masters, and don't just do the minimum that will get you by. Do your best. Work from the heart for your real master, God, confident that you'll get paid in full when you come into your inheritance. Keep in mind always that the ultimate master you're serving is Christ. The sullen servant who does shoddy work will be held responsible. Being a follower of Jesus doesn't cover up bad work. I remember years ago, Carol was working at a Christian ministry, and somebody got hired, and the first week or so, they spent all this time on break reading their Bible. And they were saying, man, it's so great to have a job where I can just read my Bible. And it's like, that was not what the guy was hired for, right? It was a Christian ministry, but they only lasted a couple weeks, by the way. Right? That's, we're a Christian ministry, and we want to, stand on those things, but just saying, yeah, I'm a Christian doesn't make you do good work, right? We should do good work because we're called to do good work. So anyway, just want to remind everybody that our summer wasn't as great as we had hoped it was going to be. We're still fine. We're not in trouble by any means. Don't take this as like we're out of money and you're all getting fired or anything like that. It's not that bad. But it wasn't where we wanted to be. And certainly we also found that the summer season ends and the fall season starts. And in case you haven't noticed, classes have picked up in both places. And they typically pick up a lot, and then they take a short break while everybody goes finish their soccer playoffs. And then they all come back, and then they really come back in January because they've been inside for like 3 weeks and it's been cold. And their parents are like, I got to get these kids out of the house, right? So they all show back up in January. So this is going to be a time where, especially in classes and open gyms, are going to be picking up too. The same thing. It's the next few weeks, you might not have a lot of people in open gyms because it's so nice outside. But when it starts getting cold, they start showing up again, right? So there's going to be a lot more demand, and we're going to try to do some special events and things to help draw those people who are otherwise outside. It's starting to get dark. So, the evening events can become more popular. Just think about all that, and that's going to lead into the next couple slides. Any questions about anything there? There you go.
Okay, raise your hand if you like working competitions. You all like working competitions, right? All right. All of you that have your hands raised, raise them. I'm going to ask that all of you learn live stream training just to come alongside. Put those hands back up. Put them back up.
I've already done it.
You've done it?
Yeah.
Okay, so you'll lead it.
I don't know if I go that far. That means you paid attention real good.
Yeah. Just come alongside Justine. So what we're planning on doing, I will Slack the people that I know that like to work competitions. Thank you.
You don't like to work competitions.
Me, yeah, I do.
And if you don't like to work competitions, go back to the last slides.
Yeah, right. Oh, and about these slides, like, I know everyone wants hours, everyone wants to work, so thank you guys for like being gracious, but, we try to give you guys hours where we can, but not everyone can get 40 hours a week, especially when we're only bringing in 13 kids, during like track 1 and 2, so. We're doing our best, but that's where you get opportunity, work the weekends, because that's where you can get hours. For competitions, live stream training, yeah! But I'm gonna start, I'm gonna link up, with the Apex people and do like mock, trials, and have like Justine here, and myself, and then you guys will go out and use the gimbals, here, and in Apex during like comp team junior, clinic, like just during those, so that they're running like courses and stuff. So everyone that raise your hands, I'll catch you on the camera tomorrow and I'll reach out to you. So thank you. Thanks. All right, Michael's competition. Michael is not here, but thanks to a little assistant I had today, Lily.
Are you sure this is send it to us real quick?
I already did. Michael wanted to talk about his competition on November 1st. He said a lot of you want to compete at it. I think Josh is coaching.
Yes, I coach.
Yeah. So opportunity to work a Saturday, make some hours. We need some workers. So.
So if we are competing, are we completely unable to work it? Like we can't even work like the small side if we're competing in pro?
Yes, you can. You want to talk about Ken?
Yeah.
But yes, you
So
can.
there is any small side and large side.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you're competing on the whatever side you're already,
So I can work the small side if I want.
Mm-hmm.
you can also reset after you've run. So if you're
Okay,
running,
it's pro on
if you're
Saturday.
running, yeah, but if you're running early or whatever, and then it's like after that you can reset.
Okay.
Right. So the whole point is you're not supposed to touch the obstacle before you run. So.
But we're not completely like banned from working it if we're competing.
No,
No.
absolutely.
Okay, cool.
It's more of like some people don't want to work it because they want to be tired and
Oh, okay.
stuff like that. Did you have your hand up? Sorry. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So opportunity for hours, especially during the slow season of day camp. That's actually track 4. Moving
I need to keep
on.
shut. Go back.
I already sent it to him.
No, I need to make it one of the videos on Snap now.
Oh. My favorite one is the black one.
Michael is amazing.
His Phantom of the Opera.
But we all wish we could be like Michael when we grew up. Okay. We have some upcoming fall community events. We have one on Friday, October 24th, and one the very next morning. It's in Nightdale. I know that Jacob is going to be working already, so if you guys want to go have a blast with Jacob in Nightdale, after the meeting, like after this is over, if you guys could just come to me, or I might come to some of you and see. If not, then I'll send something on Slack so I can get some answers, because we do need people to work it. This one won't have the rig at it. It'll just be probably the table and like flyers and candy. The one on the Saturday morning is going to be Holly Fest. We have participated in it in pretty much most of the years that I've at least been working, and prior to me working in Apex side of things. So it's at Sec Farm. Usually we split it into like 2 slots. So usually if you go in the morning crew, it's like 8 a.m. to like 12 or 1, and then you're in the later crew would be like 1 until you need to like take the rig back to the Apex gym. So if anybody wants to work that, I will probably be at that one. So I know I'm not as cool as Jacob, but if you guys want to have a blast on a Saturday, you can be there. But we mainly need other people because we still need to make sure our gyms are running on Saturday and Friday night. And we need people to work their normal weekend hours, or have people go to the gym if they want to do that, and then normal weekend people go to the events. So if anybody wants to do that, you guys can talk to me afterwards, and I can get you guys scheduled. And if I don't get anybody, then I will be slacking a bunch of you. Yes.
How many people are needed for each?
For this one, I would assume probably just 2 or 3. 2. It's just
So just you and somebody else?
yeah. So that one's
I'm
done.
supposed to be my partner in crime for 2 hours on the 24th.
It is in Nightdale, so just pay attention to the location for some people who maybe can't drive. And then Holly Fest. I know for a fact that it'll actually be Josh as well. I know that Josh is going to work at Holly Fest in the morning. Correct, Josh?
Yes.
He'll be in the morning. So he will be driving the rig in the morning to there, but I will need a person who can drive the truck and the rig back later. So if anybody wants to work the later bit that can drive the truck and rig, that would be
Only
amazing.
Josh is he can't take the rig by himself too. So
No, I know that. I was just saying,
just letting other people know that.
like he can drive. I need another driver for sure. So if you have it on there, I'm looking at Silas and Zane and people
It's
like
a really
that.
fun event.
It is super fun. It's super fun. But for that one, we probably would need like 3 people for each section. The person who drives it, and then 2 people with that, and then 2 people with the person that drives it at nighttime. So there's that. Just talk to me afterwards, or I'm gonna slack everybody. Brett,
If you're competing at Vitality's NSC, you're disqualified for this.
that is
It's the
true.
same weekend.
It is the same weekend, so I don't have trash left. Okay. And then the other thing, this is just a friendly reminder that the ops team, me, Jacob, and Tracy, will be probably mainly me and Jacob, but Tracy will be getting input and everything from her. But we'll be doing our reviews. So it could look like any of these. It could be the peer-to-peer. So just be aware that if you get sent it, you have to do it. It is required. It is helpful for me and Jacob, who have to give a review to someone, that we have other information from people that maybe work a lot closer to certain people that we don't always get to. So that one is required to do, or else you will get a write-up along the way if you constantly are not doing people's. Then there's a core values review, and then a normal grade scale review. Those ones we would schedule you guys to meet with us, and we would just give you the review basically. So that is all.
Is this for Fuquay too, or just
It is for Fuqua, yes. It is the ops team on a whole. So me and Jacob and Tracy.
So basically, anybody who works open gyms,
Open gyms, party special events.
events.
It'll be mainly towards people who are like constantly working weekends. Like if I have like people who are just coming in on a Saturday to work occasionally, it's not really going to be for you guys, but it is going to be for the main weekend workers. So just be aware of that. Okay, thank y'all.
So you guys have done a great job overall as we've rolled out Ninja of the Month, and we appreciate everybody who's been doing it. Unfortunately, there's some that still have not been completing it. Despite the reminders of both Fuqua and Apex, and so, or when they're doing it, they're just providing a name. It might be a name for a kid that we haven't seen in 3 or 4 months, and so for Lauren and I, we don't coach all of these kids, we don't know them, and so based on the information you guys are providing to us, that's what we're going off of to complete the write-ups that are going out, that are encouraging the parents. From a perspective of the parents, they really love seeing their kids honored, they like seeing something positive said about them, and the feedback from the parents has been really great. And so I want to continue, we want to continue to praise excellence in the gym, reward the kids that are working hard and being models for the other kids in their class. So for the coaches, it's just unacceptable not to do it. Both Hannah and Jen have told you guys you can clock in for it and you can complete the survey. You only need to do the classes that you coach, and all of you guys are getting to know the athletes that you're working with. If you're just writing somebody's name, probably spelling it wrong, and just the first name, it's really hard for us to even know who you're nominating, and so that's also poor. We have gotten several nominations that are like somebody's name and they learned how to tie their shoe, or they started using tissues instead of wiping their hands on their nose or something like that. You're not pointing us at all into how to help them be better ninjas or how they've grown, and so again, that's just not helpful for us, and so it's more stuff that we have to sift through. Some of you guys are doing a great job, or a good job in saying, hey, this Susie's coming to class and she's gotten better at rings, or she's gotten better at balance, and you've given us something to work with. But it's still not enough for us to complete like a whole paragraph bio to really focus on what that athlete has done and how they're really helping other kids in their classes. And so then there's some of you guys who are doing an excellent job, and you have written really positive praise of just not only how they have exemplified our core values and how they've grown as a ninja and how their character shines within their time. And so really highlighting them as an athlete as a whole so that we can then take that information and make that outward facing for the public. And so I'd like to specifically shout out Caleb McLeod and Lily Pittman and Michael Bellion, because they have taken the time to write like paragraphs about the athletes that they are nominating, and it's really, really helpful. And so I know that Lauren had said she wanted to shout out some people from APEX. So
there's definitely a couple people that come to mind that I get a novel and it's wonderful. There's so much information about it, but Zane and Hannah have been very consistent every single month, and like I know they know the kids, and I just love all the information about them, and I know the kids appreciate it because it's personal and it comes from the heart. So thank you.
So thank you guys that are doing it well. Yes, Jacob.
Sorry, keep going.
Kind of a side thing, this is just an extra little bit of information. We do have some athletes that train at both gyms, and so if they have received Ninja of the Month within 6 months at like Fuquay, and they also train at Apex, it's just for 6 months they wouldn't be able to get it at the other one. And that's only happened with a few of our kids, and Lauren and I have touched base on who that is. And so if you don't see somebody that you nominated and you're like, they were the best, that's just why, because they might have gotten it at another gym. And that's it. Every 6 months, like the list will just move on. So if they were Ninja of the Month 6 months ago, they're back in the running, I guess, for the future. So I think that might have been everything. But Jacob, what did?
Yeah, I didn't do it last month. Apologize. But I knew we were doing it. I also didn't know. Granted, like when do you like typically send out like your referrals, or like when you want it done by? Is it like the end of the month for the next month, or is it the very beginning of the month that you were trying to do?
So I've been sending it out at 2 weeks into the month with the deadline posted on there to give you guys 2 weeks worth to post. And then like on Monday when we send out the flyer reminders and all the class instructions when everyone's popping into the course anyway, or into the Fuquay classes or Apex classes. And then, sorry, I teach, so I'm always saying course. And then I post again the following, so it's like there's a reminder on those Mondays up until it's due. 2 weeks in advance, because if I do it a month in advance, then it's like it'll get lost. So halfway through the month I normally post it, and then it's due by the end of that month, so we can post.
So you post on the third week of the
I guess
You're just digging your grave.
I guess so.
Just do it next time.
I don't understand. Like I would love to do it. I don't understand like what. Like just do it when you first see it. Here's the thing, and I love you guys all to death, but I'm like,
He doesn't understand what the
that's
end
what
of
I'm
the
trying
month
to. I will say like I don't know when it was due to begin with, so how am I supposed to do it? So that's why I'm asking.
Do it within a week of
2 weeks into the month, she sends out notifications, so you have a whole 2 weeks from the middle of the month to the end of the month, because.
For that.
Yeah, so it's due by the end of the month, so she can post it.
And the deadline is written in the description.
And then I will say there are a handful of you that I personally reach out for feedback when you have not done it, and then if you get a verbal warning second time, if I give you the verbal warning second time, it is a write-up. Third time, which it has not happened, it will be like a suspension. Let's not make it a third time because some of you are on your check-in time. So, yeah, let's be better. So, yeah. Okay? Thank you.
Okay, this one's more of a public service announcement. Most of y'all are not going to, this is not going to apply. We'll give you all a second to pull it up.
It applies to email.
Yeah. Next slide, I think everybody. No, there's still people scanning.
Alright.
There's still people scanning. It's also in the general channel.
So this is our coaching policy for when Rock Solid will send a coach to an away competition. This is mostly for you guys to know. That way, if a parent or somebody comes up and asks you questions, you know when a parent's going to be coaching. Most of the things we need to know in advance if they're competing. So please let them tell us. And that information needs to get to Zane Kuksha. There he is, in the back. That way he can let all of the coaching staff know. That way we know what competitions. And then if we have more than 5 athletes sign up ahead of time, then we will be sending an athlete out there. And then if for competitions that Rock Solid is not going to send a coach to, an employee is welcome to go out there. Just know that it's going to be on their own time. They need to make sure that they have time off. It's not going to be on personal time, and any of the expenses are not going to be on Rock Solid. Any questions?
WNL.
Did I?
WNL is not.
I'm in Tennessee. WNL's not on there. Scratch that. Boo NNL. Boo WNL. Sorry.
NCL.
NCL. That is the one I meant.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't catch that earlier.
No, it was. How about?
Thank you, Dad. Before we sing happy birthday, Special Ops is going to do a breakout session over by the big work halls. Yeah?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah? While they're doing that, everyone else is going to clean up.
Jen,
Yes,
no, I had a slide in there for Christmas parades. Do we want to do that or?
it should be. Where'd it go? It was there this morning.
Jen took it out.
I did not. I did not touch the slide since this morning. That was the last time I touched it.
My truck drops on that.
Zufa. Please.
I know what she said.
I know it's a
Jacob,
I didn't really know what.
love the special ops slide.
Yes.
Party hats. That looks so good.
Work weekends. Weekends are very different. It's almost like
Jacob, is that AI? Did you draw it?
I deleted it, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Go back to
Can we?
history. Go back to history.
to say, I know we have had a lot of things volunteer for things tonight, so don't grow weary in well-doing. In due season, you will reap a reward. So,
Especially Christmas season.
especially Christmas season. Parade season is coming, and if you've never been in one here before, we do several, and we might do as many, I think, as 5 or 6 this year. We're actually going to, the goal is to have 2 floats this year, which means we will need volunteers to decorate 2 floats, and we'll need volunteers to walk behind and play on 2 floats. So, a big thing that I need, first of all, would be whoever would be willing to head up decorating the floats. So, Jacob. Okay. Brett, nice, okay.
What are the dates?
This is gonna be the most electric float of all.
I wanna see a breadstone.
The dates are not fully set yet, there's still sign-ups for them, everything is not fully set, we're looking to see which ones we can actually make work, because we want to try to get to Rollsville, as well as do some of the ones that we normally do, and some of them conflict, so we're working out that schedule right now, but, okay, so,
They're, I think most
Yes.
of them are the first 2 weeks of December.
yes, but, so we wanna have it decorated by the beginning of December.
Yes, one of them, several of the parades are the same weekend as the jungle gym thing, which I know a bunch of people are going to. So we'll need all hands on deck for people who aren't gonna be in Florida.
That's the 6th and the 7th.
Yeah, for sure, the big days.
What we did last year was they toured at gyms, so I think we're planning to do the same thing.
So we'll work out all the details with that. Again, we don't know for sure exactly which parades we're going to be in, but normally we try to do Anger and Fuquay, Holly Springs. This year we're trying to do Rollsville. I'm missing Apex. So there are some conflicts with a couple of them, so.
Find out Wake Forest.
Wake Forest was one we were looking at, yeah, so again, after the meeting tonight, if you're interested, I've got Jacob and Brett, I've got you down, heading up, decorating. This is what it looked like last year, so it's not, very elaborate as far as decorations go, because really the decoration is kids swinging on the obstacle on the float, which is really unique and cool, and it's a lot of fun to do the parades. If you've never done it, you get paid for doing it, and it's a lot of fun. It is really a lot of fun. You see, we're hanging out in the back, we've got our lights around our necks. I think we're watching a competition in this moment, but it's a lot of fun just to bond and hang out together. So let me know if you're interested in participating. Thanks. Thank you.
Okay, we have a special birthday.
Christy! Christy's 24!
She said I picked pizza. It was her birthday month. I'm like, you're the only one. You pick where you want to eat. So thank you for pizza. So, all right. Yeah, Roxella Warrior Fuquay was the second, and then Christy. So happy birthday.
Yeah.